Have you ever heard the tale of the bell that rings for ghosts? Stop scrolling, because you won't believe this spine-chilling story. In a small, forgotten village surrounded by dense forests, there stood an old church. The centerpiece of this church wasn't the altar or stained glass. It was a heavy iron bell hanging in the bell tower. Locals called it the Spirit Bell. Here's why. Legend has it that when the bell was cast centuries ago, the makers unknowingly mixed the ashes of a cremated soul into the molten iron. When the bell was struck, it didn't just produce sound, it called out to the beyond. Instead of villagers filling the pews, spectral figures appeared, drawn by the bell's eerie toll. The priest, believing it was divine punishment, abandoned the church. Over years, the once revered sacred ground fell into ruin. But the bell stayed, silent, waiting. Many years later, a group of adventurers, driven by curiosity and skepticism, visited the forgotten bell tower. Among them was Sarah, a young journalist chasing a story. As twilight descended and the air grew colder, they decided to ring the bell, dismissing the legend as an old wives' tale. The sound that emanated wasn't a comforting church chime. It was sharp and haunting, like a scream trapped inside metal. They laughed it off. But then, the whispers began. It started as faint murmurs, but soon, the voices grew louder. Terrified, Sarah yelled for everyone to leave, but it was too late. Figures began to materialize, faceless shapes cloaked in shadow. Their ethereal forms floated nearer, their empty eyes seeming to stare into the adventurers' souls. Sarah and her friends fled, but not unharmed. To this day, she claims to hear that same toll in her dreams. People who live near the village swear they still hear the bell ring, though no one dares to step into the churchyard and confirm. It's said the bell tolls when a restless spirit is wandering, searching for a way back, or perhaps a soul to claim. So, what would you do if you heard that bell? Would you stay and investigate, or run as far as you could? Maybe, just maybe, what you think is superstition is actually a warning, one we should heed. Because when the spirit bell rings, it's already too late to turn back. You didn't imagine this. Legends are rooted in truth. The question now is, will you risk finding out?